I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable.
I'm unbeatable. Couple minutes no score. Every time they wanna clash, the winners kicking through the door. I am unbeatable. Chances running out of stock, and we're running out the clock. I fail once, never stop. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah.
Welcome to the British Basketball League YouTube channel, and it's all come down to this. After 28 weeks of the regular season, the playoffs are finally upon us. This weekend is round one of the quarterfinals, and it promises to be unbeatable. Today's first game of two sees the imperious table-topping London Lions seeded 1 against seed number 8, the Surrey Scorchers. Guiding you through this one is Dan Routledge and Azania Stewart.
Yes, thank you very much, Jeanette. Welcome to the Copper Box. And the London Lions cantered to the regular season title, so it's been close to 2 months since they've had a domestic game of consequence. They have, though, remained unbeaten through all of that time. They've not lost a game since the trophy final. Now they have their sights set on 5 more wins and a return to the O2 and the playoff final to defend the crown that they won last year. Well, at the other end, it's been 6 seasons since Surrey were involved in the playoffs. They've not won away from Guildford in the postseason since 2008. In fact, if you take neutral venues out, their road record in the playoffs is just 1 win and 6 defeats. The 1 win was in London. Can they find some way to make some history today and do that also rare thing of being the number 8 seed, knocking off the number 1 seed? It is a massive challenge for the Surrey Scorchers as they take on the London Lions here at the Copper Box. And that is the thing here, Azania. London heavy favourites coming in this, but it's still 40 minutes of basketball.
And you're so right. And, you know, and the way Surrey shoots the ball and they know about it, if they can get a good clip going, I think, you know, get it going. But let's get serious. London Lions full force where Surrey is struggling.
And the one thing Surrey have done really well this year is shoot a lot of threes, make a lot of threes. Today, it's almost like they're going to have their best game of the season from the three-point line.
Yeah, they are. You know, they're a team that shoots a lot of threes, and the league know it. I just think they come in and they just try their best, but they know that they're a couple guys down.
Well, London have swept Surrey in the regular season, and they have so much offensive talent. And in some ways, the impressive thing for London was how they kept on churning out the wins, even though it didn't really matter to them once they'd secured that top spot.
Yeah, and I think they have the luxury of having a deep bench, and they've struggled with injuries, but they were able to have different rotations, different guys, but then throughout the season, they share the minutes. Nobody really plays over 25 minutes.
Well, it'd be interesting to see if those rotations tighten up a little bit, whether everything continues. Let's have a look at the starting fives, Azania.
Yeah, a bit of a different starting five with David Nwamba out and Luke Nelson. So you have Gabe Olasheni in at the 5, Sam Decker in his starting lineup, and then Taylor, and then the Morgan brothers, as we like to call them, but Connor Morgan and Matt Morgan.
Well, I'm not sure this 5 has started too many games this season, but what a 5 it is. At the other end of the floor, Surrey even thinner on the ground.
Yeah, no Wang and no Mohammed, so Teo Ogunembe has stepped up, Josh Steele, Jameson, and then Gooden at the point, and then also Cooper, who loves to shoot the 3.
Only a second start of the season for Teo, as he's thrown in there with Mohammed in concussion protocol. Here is how the playoffs work in the British Basketball League. Top 8 have qualified, and London against Surrey is about to get underway. Cheshire versus Bristol, the 2-7 matchup. We've already seen Newcastle win at Caledonia in game 1 of theirs, and Leicester and Sheffield also play their first game today at the Cannon Medical Arena. That one tips off at 4 p.m. Cheshire Bristol is at 6 p.m. and what a great win that is for the Newcastle Eagles in game 1. We will look in more depth at the players in this one right after this break. Well, welcome back to our coverage of the British Basketball League playoffs. It's underway now, and Azania, one of the guys who we're expecting big things from. We've certainly seen him live up to the hype in the regular season, Matt Morgan.
Yeah, Matt Morgan, and I spoke to him earlier on this week and how focused, and he really wanted to finish the season strong, going for that MVP. There is points per game, 19, but it's really that speed, Dan. The way he plays for the contact, the multiple. I think he had 4 and 1s in this game.
Well, that's the thing. He's got two speeds, fast and very fast,
Yes.
and he gets to the rim, as you say. He draws that contact so well, and he always turns 2 points into 3.
Yeah, and he's really taking that MVP talk very seriously. He wants to back his first team nomination for Euro Cup, and he's playing very well at this time when you want to be playing your best basketball.
Well, he certainly is on a lot of people's short list for MVP. One guy who was at the top of the list last year, the reigning MVP, Sam Dekker. Not seen much of him this year because of injuries, but what we've seen in the last few weeks is a player coming back to full form.
Yes, he's only played 11 games out of 36, Dan, but this game, their last game of the season, man, in 23 minutes, he put up 20 points. He's a walking bucket. Obviously struggled with a couple ankle injuries, but here he's looking in fine form.
Well, that's the thing. You almost kind of forgot about him because he hadn't played so much.
Yeah.
But in the last few weeks, he comes on for 10 minutes. He sticks 10 points on you. And speak of guys who can stick points on you, Mr. Walking double-double himself, Saquon Jameson.
Yes, there is 10 points per game and 10 rebounds. Really a rebounding machine, especially as Surrey loves to shoot the 3. He just cleans up a lot of the glass. Also spoke to him earlier in the week, and I just said, hey, man, you're going to have a good game. You got some bodies down, and he's really locked in and focused to step up.
Well, they don't need to run too many plays for him, but boy, they could do with a lot of offense from him and from this guy in the backcourt, Cameron Gooden. He's had his injury problems this year, but he looks like he's playing his best basketball at the end of the season.
Absolutely, and obviously this is his rookie year coming from Utah Tech, and I just think with Justin Robertson being out now, Wang, he's averaging 8.9. If you're the stats man, you would love that. But the last couple of games in the 20s points, and really just being the man of the hour, and I'm really happy for him he's got this opportunity and he's stepped up.
Well, they've needed him to do so, and they'll need him even more today. As you say, without Mohammed, without Wang, there's a lot of holes in their scoring. Can he be the one to provide the extra oomph for them in the backcourt? They'll certainly hope so. Well, earlier I caught up with the two coaches to see how they were feeling ahead of today's game.
The reason we're here is to compete. Obviously, as you said, proud moment to make the playoffs again. It's been too long since the last time, but for us, yeah, it's a free swing against the favourites, against the league champions. We've got nothing to lose, so we're trying to make it a game.
Today, obviously, the goal of getting to the playoff final, first step here, you want to get off to a good start.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. We've played Surrey recently. We expect very interesting game, team who play very fast, a lot of three-point attempts and makes as well. So it's going to be a challenge for us, definitely.
Not ideal, but you're a little thinner on the ground than you would like going into this game.
A lot thinner on the ground right now, yeah. Yeah, just feels like odds are against us. Obviously lost Abdul Mohammed this week as well, which is frustrating, especially with how he played here when we came here last week. So, yeah, another chance for our younger guys to step up, see what they can do. And like I say, the big thing for us is not to back down from the challenge, see what we can do, see if we can get into an end game.
From your own perspective, what do you think you need to do well to win the game?
Well, we always preach about defensive end. Offensively, I think we have a certain talent that we can take advantage of, but our defense needs to be tight and everybody need to be on the same page.
Well, the fans are in the building, and we welcome you wherever you're joining us from. We've got the super stream going on, so if you're watching us on Matt Morgan or Josh Steele's Instagram, welcome along. If you're from The O2, they're streaming us as well. You can get tickets for the final on the 19th of May. Hoxton Spirits as well, wherever in the world you are joining us. Thank you very much for having us along. London heavy favourites in this one. Azania, you heard the coach's words. Lloyd Gardner talking about it's a free hit. The odds are against them. It really is a massive task for them.
Yeah, massive task, and they're going to have to rely on some of their younger guys also to step up. But London Lions are looking strong, looking like the #1 team in this league.
And the thing is, London at the other end, they'll look at the absentees and they'll think, well, we should win this easily. So complacency may be an issue.
No, I don't think so. I think injuries have been an issue all season for London Lions, and they've had so many different starting lineups, and a lot of minutes have been shared. Nobody really plays over 25 minutes for this London Lions team.
Well, just a quick one, Azani, before we go to our final break. The London Lions heavy favourites, would you bet against them?
I'm not going to bet against them.
Well, we will see whether that comes true or not. We will have tip-off right after this break. Welcome back to the Copper Box. Simon Unsworth alongside Gavin Williams and Josh Bowe are three officials for this afternoon's game. It is the #1 seed against the #8 seed in British basketball. Best of 3, of course, this year, reverting back to the way the playoffs used to be when I was a kid, a long time ago, Azania.
Not that long ago.
It was, and it's not very often that the #8 seed has prevailed over the years. And there's, well, few heavier favourite #1 seeds than that man's team are this year. But, as I said earlier, the game is played out on the hardwood, not on paper. And let's see how we go. It is Gabe Olasheni and Saquon Jamison to jump it up, and it is London Lions who will get the first possession of the game. Matt Morgan, back to Taylor, wide open 3 does not go in the first rebound of the game for Saquon Jamison. Steal. Around to Cooper. They could do with him going early. Ball deflected away. Decker in the open court. Decker using his size, unable to finish. He looks a little frustrated with himself that he's going to the line for 2 free throws and not 1 hit.
Yeah, there's not many times we see Sam miss that. And this is where he is fantastic in the open floor. is able to use his strength, his length, and get to the cup, but he's going to the line for 2.
Well, we were talking about it a little earlier, see, that at the start of the season, you would probably say this 5 was the one that we were expecting to see from London. We haven't really seen it because of injuries and rotation and all of that, but this looked on paper at the beginning of the year like the starting 5.
Yeah, I think you're right. And, you know, there's been so many injuries. And there's the bench, which any of those guys could really be in the starting 5. And we've seen multiple guys start for this team. But this is a solid 5, and it's going to make Surrey's life a little bit tougher than usual.
Jameson trying to get it to Dengby, deflected out of bounds for a Surrey ball with 6 on the shot clock. Cooper running off the screens, fires up the 2 off the iron. A slightly younger looking bench there.
Yes.
Except, I mean, I think Andrew Lawrence brings up the average age by a couple of years, but the rest of them are very much at the front end of their British Basketball League careers.
Yeah, they are. And, you know, they're going to have to come into the game and produce.
Here's Cooper in the corner for 3 off the mark. And those are the ones they need. He's not going to get too many free looks, Quinn Cooper.
But talking about earlier on, just at the end, we saw, who was it, Plymouth, 5 guys play 40 minutes because they didn't have a bench. So it'll be interesting to see how Coach Gardner goes, you know, how deep he goes in his bench.
And Plymouth were leading that game in the 4th quarter, of course, as well. Caledonia did manage to reel them in the end, and Connor Morgan hits the 3 and gives London a 5-0 lead. Jameson. Dengby in his favourite spot, off the mark, might get his own rebound, but it deflects to Gabriel Olasheni instead. A little miscommunication there. Morgan was going to the basket and thrown out of bounds.
Yeah, Sam Decker put Gabe Olasheni just in a bit of a difficult situation, and they turn over the ball. So here Surrey really need to get you know, some points on the board.
Cooper for 3, rims out. And they've had a few decent looks, but nothing's gone as yet for Surrey.
And all 3s, you know, Surrey top of the league for the attempts. But yeah, nothing connected yet.
Morgan a little short. Jameson didn't want anybody else to get a rebound there.
He's got to keep that double-double.
Exactly. Chase into the corner for that one. Cooper, good pressure from London to deny him a look.
Great defense.
Taylor on the trail all the way to the basket.
Okay, well, Decker and Matt Morgan gave up the wide open 3 for an easier layup from Taylor.
Decker almost with the steal. What would Surrey give for an easy layup right now? Points have been a challenge in the first 3 minutes. Steele trying to find his way into the kid, needs to go up here. Teo drives, kicks, shot has to get away. Gooden beats the buzzer, but front iron on that one.
And Gardner there, you can see his face. He's just willing one of these shots to go in. There he is.
The problem is, being so short-handed, is if you fall into a double-figure lead in the first 3 or 4 minutes, mentally what that does to a team makes it way more challenging. Oh, it doesn't help if you give up points like that.
And where they need that rebound, London Lions makes them pay.
Gooden backs out for the triple. Finally, Surrey on the board. Took nearly 4 minutes.
There's Gooden. We picked him out at the start of the game. stepping up.
Olasheni inside. We've seen that all season long. It's going to be a delay of game warning for batting the ball away. But his positioning is always impeccable.
Excellent. Yeah, impeccable. What a wonderful word. That is exactly what Gabe Olasheni is. His face should be under impeccable in the dictionary, shouldn't it? And maybe another guy who's up for MVP, but
certainly very high up on my voting list. Zania Gabe, yeah.
Do we get a vote, or who do we need to speak to?
I don't know who you speak to. Well, Coach Gardner claiming that possession should be the other way.
Well, here's Grantham. He's been out a couple of games. It's good to see him back. Obviously, Surrey's not going to be happy about that, but he's come into the game for the London Lions.
Grantham back out to Taylor. The other thing Surrey have to do is look after the ball. You can't have 15, 18 turnovers in a game like this. Here's Decker for 3 off the mark. Foul called on Taylor, trying to fight his way over the screen.
Taylor working a double shift, doesn't he? Did commentating the other night.
He does everything, doesn't he? He's done a bit of coaching, he does a bit of commentating, he's telling the referee how to do his job right there.
Yeah, fantastic point guard. So Phillip now subbing for him. Tariq Phillip.
Elliot Bailey into the game as well for Surrey. Steele, his pass is deflected. Phillip running it back. Phillip all the way to the basket for the easy lay-in.
Must be nice, come straight off the bench, easy layup. Tariq Phillip from New York. And he plays like he's a New Yorker, doesn't he?
He does,
He does.
Jameson, wow, look at that. Decker running the floor. And you just can't allow that to happen if you're Surrey. It's not a great shot. It's even worse transition defense. They're in a hole, the Scorchers. 5 minutes gone. Timeout call. We'll take one as well. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Copper Box, where it's been a good start as far as the home fans are concerned. Sam Decker and co. into a double-figure lead. Looking very comfortable through the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, Bozic at the beginning of the game talked about their defense, that they wanted to really lock into that. And you've seen that these first couple of possessions making it really difficult. They're on their toes, the hands everywhere.
Well, there's another turnover for Surrey. Morgan up top, around the high screen. 5 turnovers already for the Scorchers, and Bailey bit on the initial look at the basket by Olasheni, so foul court, he will shoot 2.
I just realised that Olasheni has a beard. I just realised that he was the moustache king for the beginning of the season. He said he was just, there it is, look at the bottom picture. That's what he looked like at the start of the season, and all of a sudden, he's got the beard. I think he looks better with the beard, to be honest.
Well, moustache, beard, or whatever, he still plays exactly the same way. It's almost relentless consistency, isn't it, with him?
Yeah.
We've seen it over the years in a GB shirt. We've been privileged to see it this year in the British Basketball League as well.
And this is the problem that Surrey have to face, is that you finally get Gabe Olasheni onto the bench, but who does he sub in for? Josh Sharma, who's even more of a problem, can protect the rim, can block shots, and then also is a highlight walking reel, really, isn't he?
Well, you look at the efficiency numbers, there aren't many better than Josh Sharma, and as you say, he comes off the bench and plays 20 minutes. But tortures you in those 20 minutes. Sholovinska's going to the basket, and he will shoot 2.
We like a bit of Sholovinskas. He's had to step up, a young kid. He's got his first couple of points the other day. And here, I feel like he really plays fearlessly. I really like his style, and he'll go to the rim for to the line for 2.
Well, the one thing I would say about him in the games I've watched him play this year is he looks like he belongs out there.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like a
Scared
19-year-old
young boy,
kid playing at the front end of his career.
I would have to agree with you. And that's kind of what you want, right? And being able to play at this level, play against this strong London Lions team. You're right, I think he does fit right in.
Phillip fires up the 3, back iron. Lawrence, the veteran, at the elbow, back iron. Grantham pushing. Gets it back from Shalawati. In the corner is Morgan. Nice pass out to Shalawati to the mid-range. Foul called in transition.
I don't really like that foul.
No.
No, I'm usually a fan of referees. They're usually my friends, but that's a bit too soft in playoff basketball. You allow that kind of bump.
Well, I think Surrey need everything they can get. If they get a few London players in foul trouble, that'll help.
Fair enough. But yeah, again, like I said, I don't have an orange t-shirt or a whistle, so.
Steele. Grantham does a good job of staying in front of him. Offensive rebound. Challenged by Sharma. Well, that's going to be a foul. Morgan throws it up to try and turn that into a 3-shot foul, but it's definitely on the floor.
Here's from the miss. And those are the points that Jameson needs to make, but good foul. Stop the transition. Morgan will get some well-earned rest. We'll head to the bench, and Queeley will come in. See, with Lions already, this is a whole new 5. They've got such a deep bench, can rotate. Grantham shooting the 3.
Doesn't miss a beat though, does it?
No, he doesn't. That's pretty beautiful rotation on the ball. And this is what's going to wear Surrey down.
Knocked away from Steele. Kavinskas fires up the 3 and knocks it down.
There he is again, playing with such confidence. That was a well-needed bucket. Lets it go from the 3-point line.
Grantham misses from close range. Shot clock getting low here. Philip losing the ball, has a quick glance back down court, knows he has to heave it. Kept alive by Josh Sharma. Nice pass, beautiful assist from Josh Sharma.
There's the guys who are in their street clothes, loving it. And good job, Josh Sharma, and that's what I'm saying. That's a problem. He's not giving up on those offensive rebounds, gives London Lion an extra possession.
Lawrence for 3 off the mark. Offensive rebound by Jamieson, and Lawrence gets 2 on the board.
Nice 15-footer, and that's what Jamieson is known for. So like I said, that rebounding machine.
Here's Grantham, same spot. Not quite the same result, and Lawrence is able to come away with it. Grantham commits the foul. It's London's 4th team foul, so it'll be a sideline ball still. Well, there are the London Lions women's team trophy winners, of course, won the league title domestically and also won the Euro Cup as well. Incredible game that was.
Yeah.
Holly Winterburn letting the world know who she was with that game-winning shot.
There she is, and then also KB, Miss Brown with the pink hair. She's from Caledonia. The women played earlier on in the day. So you're right, the regular season trophy, and also that was fantastic. History was made. You can just see in the background a little glimpse of that trophy. The women's team has done wonderful things for the London Lions. So they've stayed and watched the guys play, why not? Supporting each other.
There it is.
Oh, thank you, cameraman. That's nice.
Second one rims out. London leading this one 2-1 here, 22-11 inside the final minute of the opening quarter of game 1 of this best-of-3 series in the British Basketball League playoffs. Make that 25-11. Shalawadi hits a corner 3.
That was a shame because Surrey turned into a zone and left Mo in the corner wide open.
Cooper sells the fake, finally finds a little bit of room off the mark. Shot clock is off. London looking to tick this one down. It's going to be a hold foul, and Surrey are at the limit, so that's going to be 2 free throws. Second foul on Cholovinskas as well. He's actually been one of their bright spots today, yeah.
Philip makes the first. Glad to see him. His last game got a double T in there.
Yeah. It was a straight DQ, actually. It wasn't even a double T.
Yes.
A little.
Yeah. He had to leave the game early, so glad that he's back in.
Hopefully we won't get involved in anything like that today.
Nope.
As Lawrence tries to get a shot away on the buzzer. That will do it. Good opening quarter for the London Lions, living up to their seeding. We'll have the second quarter right after this break. Welcome back to the...
There he is. Who's that kid? He's a little
ready,
smooth one,
for
isn't
it,
he?
isn't he? I don't think we're getting
Wow.
a wink from Lloyd Gardner anytime soon. His team struggling to put the ball in the basket. Just 3 made field goals in the first 10 minutes. And that's the thing, Azania. 3 for 14 they are from the floor. They've had some decent looks in that. It's not all been about London's defense. They've missed some shots as well.
Yeah, and, you know, when they have been in the game with London, you know, their first game of the season, they only lost by 8. There was one that they kind of, you know, blown out, but there was a game they only lost by 5. But in those games, they've shot the 3-point shot very well. And right now, struggling from both the 2 and the 3. And to get points on the on the board is needed.
Conor Morgan putting some on the board as far as London are concerned. Lawrence looking to reply with 3 of his own.
I knew that was in, especially when you come off of a screen and have the feet set. Nothing but net. The vet needs to step up with him and Teo in the game. They know they've been here many times before, big games. The offense is needed.
Well, Quealy using his size advantage to get to the rim, but unable to finish. Lawrence. Going past Conor Morgan all the way to the basket. Wanted a foul, didn't get one. Ogundenbi breaking that one up, and it deflected off Sharma on the way out for a Surrey ball.
Yeah, good job. Teo running and getting back, because we know we've seen that many times this season.
We certainly have.
Where Josh Sharma would usually dunk that, but way to not give up on that defense and get back.
Lawrence under pressure from Decker, can't get it to go. Taylor, they got a mismatch with Morgan against Cooper, but Cooper did enough to make that difficult. Here he is at the offensive end, little bobble of the ball, so he has to take 2 instead of 3.
Yeah, well-needed bucket, and good job from Surrey, putting 2 pieces together on defense and then pushing down on the other end. They need to get a couple more of those, keep chipping away at this lead.
Decker strings the 3.
When did he sub in? I just came in, and there he is, straight off the bench, and puts points on the board.
Gooden underneath. Again, Jamieson doing the work on the offensive glass. Lawrence doesn't quite drop for him, but he was fouled in the process, so he will shoot 2.
Well, here's Decker.
You liked it the first time. Azania, there it is again.
Yep.
As you say, wastes no time, does he?
So nice, we had to see it twice. Just subs in straight away, finds his spot in that corner, and gets it in. And this is the thing about Sam Decker. Obviously, we spoke about he struggled with injuries, but this was the MVP from last year for the British Basketball League. Has got it done, has great experience in the NBA, has really committed to playing here in London. He's really a London chap these days, isn't he? I think he was really fitted into the lifestyle.
Well, the coat he had on, I don't know if you noticed on the walk-ins,
Yeah.
it did look like a British gentleman walking in there.
Miss Olivia, his wife, has him in fine clothes. But yeah, really signed a 3-year deal with London Lions and has really taken on and enjoying playing here, really. It's just been a shame that he's struggled with injuries this season, but so happy for him to be back and playing very well.
Here he is on the ball. Taylor fires up the triple. Olasheni on the offensive glass. Through the hands of Olasheni. They've only got 5 seconds to work with here. Matt Morgan off the mark for 3. Again, London crashing the offensive glass and sharing the ball until they get an easy layup.
Yeah, sharing's caring, and that's 2-3 offensive rebounds. London Lions punishing Surrey. They've got to box out. They've got to make sure they get that rebound, but well done, London Lions. And then sharing the ball.
Foul called on the floor. Morgan with it.
Yeah, I need more from Josh Steele like that. He's able to, you know, stretch the floor, shooting the 3 and get to the rim. He's got to be super aggressive, look to score.
Well, Decker with the steal, and Decker will run it back for the easy dunk.
He read that, didn't he, from a mile away. Call a timeout.
37, sorry, to London, 18 to Surrey, and we're at playoff time in the British Basketball League, and it's been a long time since the Scorchers have been involved in the playoffs, and they'll be hoping that there is some way over the next week or two that they can make some noise in these playoffs.
I think any time if you qualify for the playoffs is special. I think the fact that the club hasn't done it in a while is again adds to the uniqueness of it.
We love to shoot the ball. We love to play as fast as we can, get those threes up.
You know, we're not the biggest team. We've got a lot of guys that can shoot from the outside. I think that we play collectively together. I believe we've got game winners.
Surrey Scorchers means quite a lot to me. I've been here since the start, through thick and thin, through the bad times, and moving on to much better times now. So it's been a rollercoaster ride, but we're on a good field right now.
And we've got a real loyal fan base here. Surrey Sports Park and home games, you know, it's sellout crowds, it's loud.
Getting to the playoff finals for the first time in the franchise, it would mean everything to me and to the team.
Obviously, we're big underdogs against London. We're aware of that, but yeah, we're looking forward to the challenge.
Well, it has been a challenge thus far. As you say, it is a best of 3, so it's not like the old aggregate system where they've been worrying already about these
points.
19 points, but they have one game at least at home. They will have, obviously, if they are to make it, they're going to have to win one here, and there's Jameson doing what he does best with the offensive rebound and putback.
Yeah, good job, Jameson. That's what he's done all season. He's constantly moving. He's a magnet to the ball and just cleans up Teo Ogodembe's miss. And yeah, just talking about, here it is, but talking about Surrey's fans, they have been fantastic and really the 6th man that they've needed to push. They've been incredible this season, so shout out to them, and they'll get to see their team the 3rd of May. They're home.
Well, to be fair, even when they were languishing in the bottom over the last few years, it was always loud and always a good crowd there. Nice pass, and Grantham jamming it down.
Yeah, they've really they've gone to this 3-2 zone, and it's just leaving the baseline way open. Grantham, that time we've seen Solowade shoot a 3 in the corner. They're struggling to defend that.
Nice pass. Jameson rolling to the rim, gets the easy layup.
Good offense for Surrey, really spreading the floor, so Jameson is wide open in that role.
It was a good look, but Morgan just couldn't quite hang on to possession of the ball there.
He's not happy with that, is he?
No, he's not.
He knows he can catch that one. That's the competitor in him. So another turnover. Hopefully Surrey can capitalize on that.
Lawrence gonna let it fly from 3-point range. Decker with the rebound. left all on his own. Three in the corner, only one result there.
Wide open, and the defense just gets sucked to Gabe and then pushes it out to Matt.
Well, big lead for the London Lions. Timeout call. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Copper Box, where the drum is beating to the sound of the Lions as they are in total charge of this one. Lloyd Gardner, well, he knew he was up against it at the beginning of the game. It hasn't got any easier as it's gone on. Kind of getting in each other's way there. Jameson able to pick it up, some room for Steele off the front of the rim. Parkinson, who's into the game for the first time, playing the defense on Taylor.
And this is a tough five for London Lions that are in so many scoring options.
And there is one of the most efficient of them, Sam Decker, into double figures now with 12.
Such a beautiful release. He gets into his shooting form so quickly.
Just came off the foot there of Jordan Taylor. He'd broken it up in the first place.
Playing a little bit of football. It's the London Derby today, not in the basketball Copper Box.
Sam Decker sitting down now. 12 points, leads the Lions in scoring.
This could be a
derby. Not bothered about the North London Derby in East London.
I am.
It's all about the Hammers.
I'm watching the Arsenal-Tottenham game.
Off the mark from Jameson. Here's Olasheni inside, and I think it's probably Ogunjengbe that's going to get called for that foul. It is the 15 that's shown to the table. It's 2 free throws either way.
London Lions does such a good job, don't they? They run the ball in transition and then find Gabe Olasheni down low. He just finds his spots every time he runs rim to rim. So tough to guard, and makes his way back to the line and gets the friendly roll.
Makes both, and he's an excellent free throw shooter as well. That's another thing about his game that he's
improved,
so proficient at. Ooh, almost gets a steal and a run out as well there. Jameson got slightly discombobulated in all of that and ended up committing the violation, double dribble.
He knows it. He's upset with himself. They can't afford to not have even a good look or a shot at the rim. Well, look who's in the house. Some NBA stars. Jordan Poole for a pool party.
Jordan Poole enjoying the entertainment of the London Lions, the Washington Wizards guard. Here comes Steele to the rim and tipped in once again. Jameson will not be denied.
Gosh, Jameson working really hard on the glass, being effective. We call him Mr. Double-Double for a reason, not giving up on that play.
Offensive foul is the call. Bailey picks himself up. There's Jordan Poole and Lester Quinones, who plays for the Golden State Warriors. A couple of NBA players in the house.
Yeah, one in the green hat is Jordan Poole and sunglasses. It's having a little bit of off-season fun, aren't they?
Well, you might as well if your season finishes a little earlier than you would like.
Yeah, come to London.
Come to London, and playoffs are still going on here. Oh, that's a beautiful fast break by the Lions.
Great team basketball, sharing the ball, giving up a good shot for a better shot.
Hawkinson off the mark, but sorry, get a second go at it. 3 is good for Lawrence. 2 minutes to go.
Here it is.
London Lions in the open court, 10-0. It's great ball movement.
Yeah, and grabbed them. Puts a little exclamation mark on it.
Well, London very much in control here. Timeout called with 2 minutes to go in this first half, and really it's just about maintaining what they've done so far, not easing off in any way.
And I don't think that they can, you know, and this is what I call it, a luxury that they've had all season, that they go to their bench and they're just as strong. They don't drop off at all. You see Grantham rocking the rim, and this is what's so tough and so hard to guard London Lions.
Well, that is the thing, and we've talked about Surrey's struggles at the offensive end, only 27 points in 18 minutes, but they've given up 49 at the other end, so it's both ends of the floor that London are on top here.
Yeah, and you're right, Surrey is struggling, and they've thrown a couple of different things at them. They've played zone, they've played man-to-man, they've switched, they've tried to trap, and it's just anyone can score. Obviously, Matt Morgan is reigning MVP, but we've seen Sam Decker, we've seen multiple guys come up and score, and who do you stop with this London Lions team?
Well, game 2 between these two teams is next Friday at the Sports Park, 7:30 tip-off for that one. And Surrey will be hoping that their home fans can help them get off to a better start to the game than they've managed here in the first 18 minutes of this one.
I must admit, those three, they do look dashing, don't they, with the black T-shirt and the blue blazer?
Yeah, they rock it well. Mark Dunning on the right, the former British Basketball League coach, and Kalen Raftopoulos, who played for the Scorchers, on the left.
Yeah, he did. He had a great career with them.
Knocked away by Steele, but Morgan still has it. Shot clock is low. Matt Morgan fires up the 3 and knocks it down.
Gosh, listen, walking bucket. Time is running down. No worries. Matt Morgan steps into it, hits the shot. Lovely three-pointer by him.
Steele for 3 off the iron. Corner triple at the other end of the floor is all good.
Yeah, Mo Salawade struggled this season a little bit, but for him to get in rhythm, he loves that corner 3.
Back to Gooden. thrown out, but a foul was called first. So they're over the limit, London, so it is 2 free throws here for the Scorchers, and well, that's one way of getting the scoreboard ticking as far as they're concerned. They haven't shot the ball very well from the floor.
And Sandy is subbed in. North London boy, who's really had a, wonderful being able to step into this London Lions team. So much, pros and being able to be a part of this team and learn and get valuable minutes. There he is, number 3, the red Kobe's.
Queeley to the mid-range. Rebound pulled in by Lawrence. Enough time on the game clock for London to get one offense back here. Gooden with the spin, gets his feet in the paint and drops it in for 2.
Beautiful move. Lovely spin cycle, well balanced, poise. London Lions with the last possession.
Well, Surrey with fouls to give, so that one doesn't impact them in any way. Sawadi for 3, off the mark, and that will do it for the first half. A dominant first half for Petar Božić and his London Lions. They have a 25-point lead at the end of the opening 20 minutes. Azania and I will break it all down right after this break. Welcome back to the British Basketball League playoffs, where the number 1 seed is taking care of business in the first half here, Rosania.
Yeah, they're definitely looking dominant and standing up to why they were 33-3 in the season. Just putting up 55 points in the first half is a lot of points.
Well, let's have a look at the numbers, and it's a simple game, really. If you put the ball in the basket 19 times and they only do it 10 times, you're going to be in the lead.
Yeah, and Surrey Scorchers not shooting a good clip. They're 6 from 20, only shooting 30% from the 2. That's where they're struggling. And then also turnovers, 8 turnovers, where London Lions have scored off of those turnovers, 8 points off of those, and really not winning the rebounding game either, 24-17.
Yeah, apart from Jameson, London have dominated the boards, really. Let's have a look back at the tail of this first half, and really it started as it meant to go on, with London scoring at ease in the early stages.
Yeah, and it took, I think it was 6 minutes for Surrey to score their first bucket. They came out dominant, they came out focused, but what I loved about London Lions is that it was multiple guys. It wasn't just one guy coming out and absolutely killing them, who usually would be a Matt Morgan. Everyone stepped up and has been on the offensive glass.
And the problem for Surrey is the longer it went on, the harder it seemed to become for them to do that. They just hadn't got too many good looks, and they turned the ball over. This was also a story of the first quarter, turnovers and runouts.
Yeah, and the thing is with with Surrey, is that they live by the 3, and they're only 4 from 12 and only shooting 33% from the 3. And you know that's what they rely on. They live and they die by it, and right now they're struggling at the 3-point line.
Well, that is the problem, and also the fact that it's very easy for London in the key. We've seen so many times where it's just like one extra pass or 2 extra passes and they're at the rim.
Yeah, you're right. I think they're really making sure that they give up a good shot here. Look, there's Grantham going the baseline and dunking it, and they're really sharing the ball and actually playing wonderful and great team basketball.
You can see, look, 4 of them out and running. That's probably the highlight of the first half. You could see the ball moving from side to side, then getting away and really dominating this game, and that is why they go into the half with a comfortable lead. Well, in a moment we're going to show you highlights of the first game in the Newcastle Caledonia matchup, but first let's go back to when London last played Surrey.
Dunk coming as Connor Morgan breaks down the lane and throws it home. Over to Morgan on the corner, nice head fake, and a lane opens up. Oh, mercy.
Mohammed lights it up. He's feeling good. He's hit 2 now, isn't he?
Cholo Vincent's going to get his first shot.
Hey!
And buries it. Beautiful pass from the big man. Connor Morgan this time. And that's called continuation, Matt Morgan all-star style. Deep range 3 coming from Connor Morgan. David Walsh cuts through the offense and absolutely freezes the defense with that look away. Mohammed had a hot hand earlier, and he continues to have a hot hand. They need that 3 in a big-time way now with 2:50 to play in the first half. Nice step back there, and Andrew Lawrence buries it. Good help defense there. Connor Morgan, head up. Matt Morgan leaves it flying and dunks it in. Tariq Phillip as Morgan with a beautiful dish to the high-flying Tariq Phillip. Surrey has to make some kind of run.
Yeah, I think that's so important, and why not?
Cooper on the money. Sam can show the youngster he's still got some moves in those University of Wisconsin legs. Yes, he does! That one taken away, pocket pick by Kareem Queeley, and Kareem Queeley gets it on the dunk party.
Particular numbers and good grown man move also, Andrew Lawrence.
Chuloviskis up and under, his shot blocked away by Sharma. And the ball is left, and the youngster back-to-back buckets. Well, the London Lions get the victory after trailing 6-0 early, and the game ends up a 97-85. So they have beaten the Surrey Scorchers 4 times this year by an average of 12 points a game.
Well, Dowling goes in, throws it down, and welcome to the Play Sport Arena.
Darius Defoe running the floor. Great block.
Getting rejected. Well, the Chief, he pinned him off the backboard like a magnet on the refrigerator. Johnson left wide open, hesitates, fires a 3 and tucks that one away, giving the Newcastle Eagles a 5-point lead. Defoe kicks this one out. Well, Ward Hibbert may have intercepted a pass unintended for him. But again, Caledonia fumbled the rebounds. Johnson's made 1 3, and he makes another one, piling on the punishments. Good collapse defense coming from the Gladiators. Now, can they chip in? Trailing by 4 points. And again, you can see suffocated defense, JT.
Great job getting back in transition, taking those away, and then turning defense to offense.
Caledonia, again, trying to chip in. As almost goes in. Gets the and 1. Johnson down the middle, hangs up in the air, and again, somebody explained to me the physics of how he was able to make that shot. Wheel in the corner, 3 is up, and it's good. Now it's a 2-point ball game.
That's a great play. Oh, you can't let that happen.
That is
if
a
you're Taj
dagger.
Green.
Time's winding down for the Eagles. McGill pulls up from 10 feet again, dissecting the Gladiators defense to pieces.
That is a
my goodness! JT, are you kidding me?
Ooh, Taj Green climbing the ladder. That's a high-level pass from Jordan Johnson. Behind the back, spin into the left-hand hook pass.
Ooh. Well, Whelan going all the way, wraps around again. Are you kidding me? BEA, beautiful play. Larry Olsen comes up with it. Final seconds in. Johnson now had his face, but again, this guy delivering big-time 3-pointer. Well, good anticipation. Johnson comes up with a steal. Ward Hibbert goes in. Ooh. Well, we are seeing some George Irvin Gervin-esque moments at the moment here in the 4th quarter.
And another turnover from Caledonia turns into 2 Newcastle points.
Newcastle Eagles, they will take game 1 here in the British Basketball League playoffs. What a victory for Mark Stoodle's players.
Hi Jordan, it's Daniel in the studio, just checking you can hear me.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can, that's all excellent. We're just on commercial break at the moment, so as soon as we come back, we'll pick it up.
All good. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you on.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Well, welcome back to our coverage of the British Basketball League playoffs. Daniel Ratledge and Azania Stewart with you. I'm delighted now to be joined by Washington Wizards guard Jordan Poole. Jordan, great to see you courtside at this London Lions game. What brings you to London today?
Oh, just on the holiday a little bit, but I'm a big fan of Sam Decker. Known Sam since I was a kid, so we had to come out and support.
Hi, yeah, go ahead. Hi, it's Azania Stewart. I got the pleasure of actually working out with you in the All-Star break with Coach Gary Maitland, and you're really a London bloke these days. You've been here quite some time and in Paris. And what's your favorite thing about London, Jordan?
I just think the diversity, the culture. It's very different from the States, but it's a little bit similar in terms of how people speak, the things that they like to do. And just to get over here a little bit, because we're so close, being in D.C., it's a 6-hour flight. I try to get over here as much as I can.
And obviously, you know Sam Decker, I saw you there with Jordan Taylor as well. They're not trying to tap you up to join the Lions next season, are they?
No, not yet. They're trying to give me some time.
Excellent. Well, what have you made of the first half before you go?
We came in, great performance. They're playing team ball. A lot of guys are making a lot of shots. Obviously, we know that it's a pretty big game, and you got to continue playing the way that they have been, and they'll have a comfortable win.
Thank you very much for joining us. We'll let you get back and enjoy the game.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you guys for having me.
Jordan Poole there.
That's
making
fun.
the most of his off-season to
Yeah.
come and watch some basketball. It's great to see.
Yeah, I got the nickname Pool Party and got a championship under his belt with the
Golden
Warriors.
State, yeah.
And he's in a bit of London town. Love that. And that's what's so fantastic about, you know, the capital. It does bring the stars, and glad that he's here to support the British Basketball League.
Well, he will be very pleased with how his friend Sam Decker has been playing so far, leading scorer in this contest with 12 points. And the Lions leading this one comfortably and getting off to the perfect start with an easy dunk for Connor Morgan.
Well, Jordan Poole said himself that they're playing great team basketball, and that is a perfect example with the Morgans playing very well.
Into Gooden.
Great defense, and London really smothering Surrey all over each offensive player and caused the turnover.
Here's Morgan down to Olasheni. Soft touch, but doesn't drop. Tossed up off the back of the iron from Steele. Morgan looking for room along the baseline to his brother in the corner, but Connor can't knock it down.
And a foul's been called. Gooden, I think, just holding on to Gabe Olasheni. It'll be an out-of-bounds play.
Well, there is the Lithuanian national coach, Coach Maskaitis. He was doing a coaching clinic in London. He sat there in the beige top. He's been helping the young British coaches learn their trade. It's great to have somebody of that magnitude. And he is obviously coaching at the very highest level with Lithuania. There's no better team to watch. Or you ever called Lithuania a Lithuanian game at any stage?
No, but their fans are incredible.
Fans are unbelievable. I was in China in 2019. It was amazing how many. It was so difficult to get a visa, and yet there were thousands of Lithuanian fans. I went to go watch them play against Canada, and Nick Nurse was coaching. And their fans are just unbelievably good, the Lithuanians.
And they go all out. They wear the face paint. They get, you know, they get their basketball hats out. I think there's like a super fan that he's like cut a basketball in half in his little top hat.
Yeah, no, exactly the guy you mean.
Yeah.
It is very much a religion, basketball
it
in
is.
Lithuania, the country's national sport. So you're the head coach. That carries with it a lot of responsibility. Knocked away out of bounds, and that will be a
That's why
Surrey ball.
Yeah, it's so tough for Surrey to even score because Gooden finally gets past Taylor, but he comes right into Olesheni. There's just layers of Lions defense.
Rattled in for Quinn Cooper, and that's his first three-point make of the game. Olesheni in close, drops in. Thought he was going to hammer that one down.
Yeah, I thought so. But just a nice finish. And there's Mohammed, who's sadly under concussion protocol. Yeah. I've had a concussion before. I've had two, actually.
Have you?
They're tough, yeah, really hard to deal with.
Well, it's a massive blow. I don't know what that does for his availability for game 2. It's obviously another week away.
Yeah, when I had one, I actually had to wear sunglasses in
you?
the gym, and everyone's like, what is she doing? And there's a foul, but honestly, the light and the noise would affect me. I couldn't text, and I had my other one.
You couldn't text?
No, I had to bring the light all the way down on my phone.
How did you survive that,
I don't know. You're right.
I've seen you texting
all my fans.
Yeah.
And then my other one was in college, which was great because then I got an extension on some of my homework.
Oh, did you? There we go.
Yeah.
Here's Matt Morgan, rims out for 3. Diving on the floor. Surrey players left and right, but they're unable to come up with possession. Decker comes away with it. Mid-range from Gabe Olesheni. It's virtually a layup for him. It's so automatic.
Yeah, but good patience in that offense for London Lions. You know, multiple guys could have just drove to the rim, but they're really paying fine detail and attention to getting the best shot possible that they can, and a good, efficient shot.
Well, the 1 and 8 seeds played 31 times in British Basketball League history in the playoffs. 28 wins for the first seed, 3 wins for the 8th seed. Of course, London were upset a few years ago when they were top seed. Lost on aggregate, lost the second leg at home to Plymouth. That was the most recent time an 8th seed won against the number 1 seed. The other two were both in a best of 3 back in the 90s.
It's a foul. Morgan undisciplined there.
Leopards were beaten. They won the league 1998. Robert Youngblood, the assistant coach of London, would have been on that team. Lost to Manchester in a best of 3 playoff. In 1994, I think it was, Thames Valley were beaten by Derby in 2 games.
Are you just recalling this from your memory?
I'm just recalling this, yeah.
Wow, you're incredible, Dad.
Also happened once before the British Basketball League started. First time it happened was I think it was 85 or 86. Don't forget, you can keep on top of everything going on in the British Basketball League playoffs with Derek and Stan, the double-double on Monday nights at 7 p.m. There is a link, by the way, just suddenly thought of it, between all of those 1-8 upsets.
Yes, I'm hearing.
Somebody who played in the Leicester upset of Manchester, who I think was assistant coach in the Thames Valley when they got beat by Derby, and who was a coach when London got beat as the number 1 seed. Still in the league, Azania. Didn't make the playoffs. Come on, there's only one person old enough to have been around as a player in the 80s who's still in the league now. Didn't make the playoffs. Still coaching. Got his 500th win.
Mr. James.
Paul James, yes, indeed. Paul James was a young point guard at Leicester, and they beat Manchester in, I think it was 85, 86. And obviously coached Plymouth to the upset of London 4 years ago, was it now? I think it was 4 years ago.
Coach Bozic there. He's so calm and cool and collected, isn't he? He's not the regular, normal Serbian kind of type of guy.
He has been disqualified a couple of times, though, hasn't he, this season? I'm just saying, I agree with you. But
I think a lot of coaches this season have got, you know, the double technicals.
Yeah, got the double T's, but he's among them.
And Sam Decker walks right into that nice little 15-foot jump shot.
Knocked away by Taylor. And he's fouled by Lawrence. That's not a bad foul, really, because it would have been an easy score.
Yeah, Taylor coming up a little worse for wear from that steal. And there's the turnovers, 12 turnovers from Surrey and London Lions.
Well, the bench points relatively even, considering the disparity in resources, but Lawrence has 10 and Cholovinskas has 9. Oh, nice pass, but just out of the reach of Connor Morgan. Lawrence, mid-range, pulled in by Decker. In the corner is Matt Morgan. Now I'm trying to wonder whether it was Manchester United or Manchester Giants that Leicester beat in the 80s. Here's Morgan off the glass. It doesn't go. But the foul is called. 63-38 the score here at the Copper Box. A timeout is called, and we'll take 1-2. Welcome back to our coverage of the British Basketball League playoffs in the 4-5 matchup even. It is Sheffield who lead Leicester 33 points to 30 with still 7 minutes to go in the first half of that game.
Yeah, great
Leicester
game.
did have a lead early on, but Sheffield now back on top. I looked it up, Azania. It was 1986, the first time an 8 beat a 1. It was Leicester, and it was against Manchester United.
Wow. Yeah, because they did call their team the same after the football team,
The football team owned it for a little while.
Yeah, I kind of like that. The Spanish do that.
Yeah.
Well, Real Madrid has a basketball team. I love that idea.
Portsmouth FC were were league champions in the first year of the British Basketball League. Everton, obviously. Newcastle at one stage were part of the Newcastle United Sporting Club. There has been a few down the years. Underneath goes Lawrence, and that's off the mark. There's another link. Jeff Jones would have played for that Manchester team. Obviously, his children now play in the British Basketball League and Women's British Basketball League.
They do. Georgia Anderson.
Georgia. James used to.
Yes, James used to, and his daughter, Georgia Jones and Hart Anderson, whose husband plays for the Manchester Giants. Family of basketball, yeah. Anyway, Lawrence hits the first and the second, well-needed points.
His dad used to play, of course, as well, Ronaldo. Used to be a heck of a scorer back in the day. And his uncle, to be fair. Here's Matt Morgan, modern-day scorer, trying to go to work and doing it really well to the rim.
How does he do that? Dan just hangs in the air, waits.
Well, Gooden trying to do it right back, but his shot is off the mark. Good hands from Lawrence. And a little bump foul from Bailey will send Grantham to the free throw line. Five about to change as Josh Sharma checks in, and Mashalawadi too. You look in the lineup here for Surrey, and you go, Okasiemi, Bailey, Cholovinskas is probably not the three guys they were expecting on court at the beginning of the season, and thinking we're in our first playoff game, we're going to have these three young players on the floor at this stage of the game.
Yeah, and I think, you know, that's basketball. Just, you know, in a season, injuries happen, different players have to step up. And sometimes it is your younger players, and we've seen John Vinskas, who's played wonderfully today and really taken on the challenge. But Surrey have to go deeper into their bench, into their younger players.
On the spin is good. Okasiemi trying to keep it alive. It's going to be a foul on Okasiemi.
There we get what Luke Okasiemi is trying to do against Sharma, but sometimes you actually have to release your defensive strength. He's trying to battle with him, but sometimes speed, let go of that arm bar and try and, you know, maybe get in front of Sharma. But Sharma is just, you know, a 7-footer, so good with his positioning. And this is the first free throw, though. Second.
Gooden. Cholovinskas looking for room along the baseline. Gets his own rebound. Sharma, somebody's lost a shoe. Oh, it's Grantham who's lost the shoe.
And Sharma, I think, got hit in the head there. So let's wait for Grantham to redo his shoe. Doesn't retie it. Those look loose, in my opinion, Dan.
Well, I think the fact that he didn't undo the laces and just shoved his foot back in is probably the reason that his shoe fell off in the first place. But maybe that's the parent in me coming out. Tie your shoes a bit tighter.
I think so.
Gooden firing up the triple. It got blocked by Shalawadi. Fell a long way short. Phillip looking to push.
Again, patience and the Lions' offense.
Oh, Sharma went for it all there, but came off the back of the iron. He did enough to force the miss. Denied by Sharma. Lawrence will get it from the end line.
Sharma averaging 1.6 blocks. I've got to do the 0.6 when I'm with you, Dan, because you're the mathematics and love the stats, so I've got to give it exactly what it is. Almost 2.
Czerwinski's bullying his way to the basket. Bailey trying to keep it alive. Nice. Phillip high off the glass. Doesn't go. Lawrence hitting the deck, and the foul is called. So they're over the limit. That'll be 2 free throws. Well, they're not short of talent sat there, are they?
No. Yeah. That's a big, heavy bench. But I like this for Surrey, that they're getting out, getting a good stop on defense and out in transition, putting a bit of pressure on Lions. Also referees to call fouls. Both teams now into bonus with 1:36. So I think Surrey right now just keep being aggressive to the rim.
Well, obviously, with the change back to best of 3, it doesn't make too much difference what the margin is in this game, unlike in previous years where it has been on an aggregate system. But sorry, they might not get all the way back from 25 points down, but they need something positive from these last 11 and a half minutes to take back to Guildford next week.
There's a foul. But I think you're right, especially it's the way you lose. You can then see film, things that you can then scout and do better and turn around for next week. Coach Gardner here, not happy. He thinks it should have been a charge. Can't believe it.
Let's have a look at the latest from Sheffield, where that one is also going to seeding thus far. Leicester trailing Sheffield 40 points to 32, make that 41 points to 32.
Sheffield plays so well at home, and I think they maybe finished 13 and 4 if my memory's not as good as yours, but their home record was fantastic this season. Their crowd really into them as Mo steals just nearly steals the ball. But yeah, they've played fantastic at home, and having that first game in the playoffs is definitely an advantage.
Yeah, definitely makes a big difference. Leicester without Kimball McKenzie still hurts them no end, given the sort of structure and everything he brings beyond the points and the assists.
Yeah, it's more his leadership, isn't it?
That's it.
His leadership, obviously the captain, the point guard, the ball runs through him a lot, and Leicester kind of struggling without him. Good steal here.
But no finish. Steele comes away with it. Good and in and out. Up and down. We're going to throw it back to Grantham. Oh, he didn't quite get the elevation there. Missed the dunk.
What is going on?
Should have tied his shoes up a bit tighter.
Yeah, sloppy play from London Lions. Can Surrey make them pay? They can't.
Sharma with the block. Still can't get it to go. Nice pass out to Queeley. Bailey's going to commit the foul. But they are over the limit, so it would be a good foul if you had fouls to give, less so when you don't.
I don't think Tariq Phillips going to be happy with some of his boys. He's trying to give them lovely assists, put the ball on a plate for them, but they're just missing wide open layups and dunks. But he's at the line for 2.
Well, he makes both free throws.
Little soft touch, shooter's touch.
Friendly roll.
Friendly roll, we'll take it. And into Last few seconds, what can Surrey do? I really need them to get a bucket here, go into the fourth. Feeling good.
Still having to go to work on his own. Gets all the way to the rim. Will he get the friendly bounce? No, he won't. Grantham will push it. He'll pull up from deep. And it's off the mark, and that will do it. Well, the London Lions are 10 minutes away from claiming game one here. What can Surrey get out of the fourth? Find out after this break. Welcome back to the Copper Box. David Nwaba watching on with Luke Nelson and Brett Berman there, the general manager of the London Lions. They'll all be pretty pleased with the way this first leg has gone. Remy Uday was in there as well, in between. Well, sorry. Unlikely to win this quarter by 30 points, but can they find something, some sort of momentum, some sort of swing in their favor that will give them a little bit of belief going into the second game? Remember, it's not aggregate scores, it is just straight out who wins 2 out of the 3 contests. And there'll only be a third if it's 1-1 at the end of the
what they usually, you know, run off is their 3-point shot and shooting 5 for 15. They don't even get up. The last time they played London Lions, they were 18 for 40. So they got up 40 shots. And there's a lovely finish by Lawrence. But yeah, they're not even shooting their average, what they are used to.
Well, offensive foul called on that one. Well, we're delighted now to be joined by NBA star Lester Quinones. Lester, great to have you here. How have you enjoyed the hospitality that London's been showing you?
Oh, honestly, I love it, man. I'm from New York, so it's not too far from here, but coming out here, came out to the game, great experience. I love it, and I'll definitely come back to another one.
Hi, Xenia Stewart here, Lester. Obviously, probably not happy with how your season finished, but made a good push. What are some of the things that you've learned from a guy like Steph Curry and Draymond Green and just being under them?
Oh, yeah, of course, just the discipline. Being around Hall of Famers like that, you got guys like Steph Clay, then we had Chris Paul here. He was kind of my locker buddy, so all year he's just giving me points and tips, and I'm the type of player where I'm just the young guy in there asking all the questions, so Like you said, I didn't like how the season ended, but don't regret it being in London. I'm having a great time. I'm loving it out here.
Well, yeah, this London Lions team, a few former NBA players. I mean, when you're done in the NBA, might you be thinking of coming over to Europe as well?
This arena is pretty good. I can see myself turning this arena up a little bit.
Fantastic.
Well, that would be great to see. And the London Lions really putting on a show, really sticking it to Surrey here today.
Yeah. Huge shout out to Sam Decker too, man. Coming out to support him. He's putting on a show too.
He certainly has. Thank you very much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Golden State Warriors. Lester Quinona is there and in the house supporting Sam Decker. And, well, Sam doesn't need an excuse to put on a show, does he? He's done it all the way through his British Basketball League career.
But when your friends are in town.
Extra friends in town, you've got to make an effort, don't you?
I think so. Why not put a little show on for them? And he's scored a fair few points there.
14 points, 5 rebounds.
Yeah, something light for Sam.
Not bad in 17 minutes.
Yeah. Show your friends what you're made of. But that's lovely. Obviously, both of their seasons finished from Washington and Golden State, and why not? And this is the time where you can, in your off season, do a bit of traveling.
Well, Surrey have started this quarter pretty well. 7 points without reply. And that's what I was saying. It's about psychology here from their point of view. It's about trying to land some blows and just give yourself something. That game 2, you're going to be at home. You're going to have your crowd behind you. If you can get a little bit of momentum. Do you believe in momentum between games, Azania? Do you believe you can take something?
I think you can learn a lot from games, between games. And even London Lions, where they'll be satisfied, but still, there have been moments where they've turned over the ball, not looked after it, hit like here, a turnover from both a winning or a losing team. And can learn so much, and it's such a short turnaround, right? So if I'm Surrey, you need kind of a short-term memory and get rid of it, but also learn and look at film and see where you can be better.
Well, 73-51 the score with 6:40 to go. London Lions calling a timeout. They, of course, are the defending playoff champions, and they'll be looking to go back-to-back.
We've been working all season for the playoff and for the opportunity to play championship game on the end.
Probably stay here all day and talk about what makes us dangerous. We have 2 guys who can put up 30 in a hurry, in Matt and Sam, and then we got 2 big men in Gabe and Sharma who offer different challenges for the opponent.
Oh, lobbed up to Sharma!
We're trying to emphasize throughout all the season is the aggressive defense and togetherness in offense with a lot of pre-play.
Oh my goodness!
I think pressure is there because we have highest possible expectations. We have to control that.
Being the top seed is expected. I think we expect that when guys play us to get their best shot, and that's kind of just what it is. We found different ways to win throughout the season with different combinations and different guys. So I think it's just a testament to how hard everybody works. The O2 and the Trophy Cup final, they offer such cool playing experiences and fan experiences.
We are hoping we're going to get there.
It's a budget answer.
Yeah, hoping they will get there. They will be expected to be there, and these fans will be
dancing.
wanting to be there dancing on May the 19th at the O2 Arena. Tickets available now if you want to be there for certain. London will have to navigate their way through at least 3 more games if they are going to make it.
Well, I think I liked what Coach Bozic talked about there in that interview, talking about the toughness of defense and, holding Surrey to this fewer points, but also the freeness on offense, which I also couldn't agree more. They do have structure, but they really do play with a sense of freedom and able to play with no stress. But did talk about the pressure, didn't he?
Yeah.
You always have the bullseye on your back when you're the #1 team in the league.
Well, that is the thing. It's one thing having all the talent and being the #1 seed, and everybody, as you say, everybody's going to try and give you their best shot to knock you off.
And you know, they didn't have a perfect season. They were 33-3 and lost the trophy to Cheshire, so they definitely have a point to prove.
Well, they still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, the London Lions, even coming out of that timeout. And there's another three. Cooper knocking it down, and it's suddenly 11 points without reply for Surrey. Morgan. Well, he's just got one timeout. You wonder how long it'll go if they can't get a score. But he will wait to call a second one to try and get his team going. And again, it is one of those challenges when you are the overdog, if you like. You get up as many as 29. It's hard to maintain those levels all the way through a game when you're feeling pretty comfortable on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I think just being locked in, making sure that you execute the game plan, and you don't want to be disappointed. I've been part of those losses, you know, when those wins, when you win but you feel like you've lost because you've just been sloppy or haven't finished the game how you should, and I hate feeling like that. So London Lions haven't managed to answer the 11-point run from Surrey.
Can't be too many times this season where they've got 4.5 minutes into a quarter without putting a point on the board.
And we spoke earlier, didn't we, Dan, about things that Surrey can improve. Well, this is one thing that the London Lions can improve on. You know, you can't go this long without any offense, especially once you start getting past into the next rounds where, you know, you're going to come up against teams that are going to put points on the board. And there's Coach Bozic. Look, do you think that's a bit of concern, or?
Well, I just wonder, 12 points without reply. He's already called one timeout. Whether he might be considering calling a halt to play again if they don't score here. Oh, nearly stolen away. London still have it, but the shot clock's ticking down. Scooped up high, misses everything. Bailey with the rebound, and the ball did not hit the ring, and the referee wasn't certain that they were going to get possession, so a shot clock violation is called. It's Surrey who are on the charge here. Could they come all the way back? Timeout is called. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the Copper Box, where the fourth quarter's not quite gone to plan for these London Lions fans and Coach Božić. Their team is yet to score here in the final stanza. It is 12-0 in favour of the Surrey Scorchers. They have a lot of points to play with, but he doesn't look too... he doesn't look happy, and he doesn't look too concerned at the same time, if you can say that.
Yes, his facial expressions kind of stay the same, don't they? But Andrew Lawrence just got fouled, but is limping off, so he'll be subbed out and checked by the physio.
He just went down a little bit awkwardly. Hopefully he'll be able to return. Under pressure is Gooden, and he makes it a 14-0 start. They've got as many points in this quarter already as they did in the whole of the third. More than they scored in the first. Here's Morgan. Still can't score, London. Close to 6 minutes without a basket for London. Surrey with 14 without reply. Oh, Morgan took a gamble and it paid off.
Yeah. Dove for that one, didn't he?
Grantham on the baseline. Is that 2 shots? I think it might be.
And Cooper saying how.
Quinn Cooper didn't fully agree with that, but it is going to be 2 free throws, and it's a chance to get the scoreboard ticking for London. Their lead is down to 15, having been as many as 29. Oh, and they're still not on the board. There we go. First point of the fourth quarter for the London Lions. 6 minutes into it. Trelevinskas loses the handle. Diving on the floor is Jordan Taylor, but it's out of bounds. Sam Decker. Time for a little snooze there.
Yep. That's funny. I think that just sums up a bit of their frustration right now. Even though, you know, they are up, but when you're the #1 team and you're professional, you're always striving for greatness and perfection. And this quarter just hasn't been anywhere near what they would want.
Cooper down the middle, back iron, rebound. Jamieson crowded out a bit though. Morgan trying to avoid his teammates as well as defenders. Grantham along the baseline, just about gets it to Olesheni. Decker for 3, offensive foul called off the ball. And there's a little bit of words there. Olesheni and Trelevinskas. Olesheni's called for the foul. Well, we were saying, can Surrey take anything out of this fourth quarter? They certainly have to this point. They've certainly disrupted London. 14 points to 1 here. They still need another 16 to try and cut the gap. Oh, thrown out of bounds by Gooden.
That's disappointing, and maybe showing a little bit of his rookie error and just rushing instead of just getting his eyes on the glass. I think he should shoot that one. Somebody for London Lions kind of needs to take over. Here's Matt Morgan.
Knocked away. London still have it. Decker. Can't knock that one down. And that's going to be a foul on Sam Decker. So we are through 7 minutes of the fourth quarter, and London have not made a field goal yet. They've scored 1 point in this period. London over the limit on fouls as well. So DJ Parkinson at the line, off the back of the iron and in. His first point of the game. Can't make the second, and London able to secure possession. Shenny, there we go. Finally, London have their first basket in open play in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that took a really long time.
Gooden gets two back straight away. Decker blocked by Jameson. Halftime in Sheffield, and the Sharks are up by 9, 47-38 over the Leicester Riders.
Frustration really coming into London Lions, you can see it. Getting what they feel like is fouls, but to be honest, they've been sloppy, they haven't executed. They've only scored 3 points in this quarter.
Taylor trying to double that up, but can't make the three. Parkinson pushing hard, tipped in by Jameson.
Good job by Jameson following that. That's what he's done well all season, how he's able to average a double-double. The Lions offense a little bit too stagnant, too many guys standing around. That's a lovely bank shot, but really not their usual offensive style.
14 points now for Olasheni as Gooden goes to the rim. Olasheni 14 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. Pretty good stat line there.
Very good stat line. It's probably going to be a push for player of the game. I've got to figure out who that person's going to be.
First one is good for Gooden. Well, Surrey would, at this rate, probably want a fifth quarter here, because the way they're coming,
yes.
They're going to run out of time here in the fourth, but they've certainly made a charge at it. Just over a minute to play. In and out from Olasheni. Bailey with the rebound. Parkinson throws it to Decker. He got up in the air, he saw all the defenders. Nice. That play feels like it's there so often for London. You've got the little pocket pass. Olasheni rolling to the basket. So we're almost at the end of the game. Zania, have you come down on one side of the fence or the other for your player of the game?
Well, I just need to wait for these free throws to happen.
Okay.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that man on the free throw line. No, not that one. I was going to go with Sam Decker. I'm going to go with Gabe Olasheni.
You've changed your mind right at the last.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're loving you in the gallery there, Zania.
Sorry, guys.
Changing up the player of the game at the last second.
They hate me, I know, but I just feel like Gabe Olasheni has done such a solid job. 7 rebounds and 5 assists to go with those, was that 16 points now, I think, with those free throws?
If he missed that free throw,
I was going to give it to Decker,
It all came down to that. Well, the London Lions have done the business here in the Copper Box in Game 1, led by their British centre Gabe Olasheni, and they will win this one by, just checking if that goes in, by 15. But Surrey, with a heck of a fourth quarter, they won that period 21 points to 7, and at least have something positive to take out of that. We were saying they're down 29. Where do they go?
Yeah.
That's what they did in the fourth quarter. They just landed a few blows, and it gives them something to hold on to go for that second leg at home.
You're right. Fantastic. If they can build off of that to hold London Lions to 6 points by far, I don't even need to look at any stats of yours. That's easily their lowest scoring quarter of the season. So good. Surrey can build off of that, but London Lions get their job done.
Well, that is what I'm sure Coach Gardner will be doing. That we're hoping that maybe Abdul Mohammed might be able to come back for game 2. They certainly missed his presence out there, and that will be the thing. Is they go, if they can get him back, if they can make a few more threes at home, which they tend to do, they've got a chance. But of course, London, from their perspective, is probably no bad thing to have a quarter like that at the end of the game. You still win the game anyway.
Yeah.
But from a coaching staff point of view, it just gives a little extra tools to work with in this week in the film sessions.
Yeah, and I think you're right. And you can look, and I think this is a little nice. Lizzie is part of the media team for London Lions, and she's moving on to a new job. So fantastic. That's why this picture is being happening. So that's really lovely pictures. But it is holding up our interview. So Lizzie, fantastic. Congratulations. Love you. You've been a fantastic part of the media team and given us great content. But we need
content of our own now,
yes,
don't we?
We need content of our own.
Lizzie, content is king.
But no, I think you're right. I think for both teams, and this is what is great about 3 games, is that you're able to go back to the drawing board, see what you've done well, see what you can improve, and no doubt Coach Bozic won't be happy, and they'll be striving for perfection, but they've got time to get better.
All coaches do strive for perfection, but they like a bit of below perfection, should we say, because it gives them more tools to work with during the week, doesn't it?
Yes. And I don't think they'll be happy with that last quarter. And like I said, there's some games that you win that you feel like you lose.
Well, we have our player of the game lined up now. Gabe is with us. Gabe, let's talk about the first 3 quarters first of all. You guys completely dominated the first 30 minutes, got up by as many as 29 and really got whatever you wanted.
Yeah, I mean, our coaching staff gave us a great game plan of how to attack them, how to defend them. So we're able to execute, like you said, for the first 2 quarters. It got away from us a bit in the fourth, but hopefully we can execute for a full game next week and get a win in Surrey on Friday.
Yeah, that was the next question. The fourth quarter there, the offense suddenly stopped firing. I think it took you 6 or 7 minutes to get a field goal on the board. What went wrong in the fourth?
I think they stepped up their defensive intensity. And honestly, we just missed shots. You know, it's a make or miss game. If we make a couple of those, I think the lead will be more extended. But I'm just glad we got the win and everyone stayed healthy. Yeah.
Hi, Gabe. Zania Stewart here. And, you know, your strength is in numbers. You're able to go deep into your bench. And, you know, when you're coming off and then you go to Josh Sharma, just talk about that confidence and that depth of your bench.
Yeah, I mean, we have confidence in each other. Obviously, we're a deep team. Everyone has a lot of experience over the course of the Euro Cup season and the BBL. I think we played close to 60 games this year. A lot of guys have been in and out, but for the most part, we've been healthy. So I think that experience, we lean on each other. Obviously, you can't play well every single game, but knowing that you have someone who can come in and pick up the efforts, it's an amazing feeling.
Gabe, great win tonight. Good luck in the second leg next week.
I appreciate it. Take care, guys.
Well, let's take a look back at some of the action that won him that. We ought to just clip up the free throws because that's what that one was for. But this is what he does. I mean, he's relentlessly consistent was the phrase I used earlier.
Yeah, and you know what? He's constantly moving. Look at this. He's a nice little 15-foot jump shot. He's hit the boards. And really, you talking about an MVP caliber, maybe pushing. Me and Ovi Soko have this battle all the time. He says he doesn't do showy enough. He's not an MVP kind of, you know, Matt Morgan looking, but he's so consistent, and that's what London Lions need him to do.
Well, I love the consistency. That's me. That's the thing that you see every week, you know you can rely on what he's going to do, and he's certainly had an excellent statistical game tonight. Speaking of statistics, let's have a look at the numbers. Well, Surrey's shooting percentages went up a little bit in the second half, and they got a little closer on the rebounding as well.
Yeah, but I think it's the 17 turnovers. I think if they look at these stats, and they didn't shoot the three very well, what they usually like to, but the turnovers, I think they've just got to clean that up. The mistakes that London Lions forced them into, but still gain some momentum off that fourth quarter. That was a fantastic defensive point, and feeling confident going back home.
Well, it is London Lions who have won game one. We can get some reaction now from Coach Petar Božić. Petar, first of all, first three quarters, I don't think you guys could have had anything better than that, could you? A big lead, everything you wanted seemed to be going right.
Well, let's call it 2.5. Third quarter start a little bit with some loose decisions offensively and defensively as well, and then fourth quarter we just wasn't there.
Yeah, well, what do you put that down to in the fourth quarter? You couldn't make a shot for some reason.
I mean, that it's a mental thing where you're up pretty much, and then opponent played all game trying to get back in the game, and they did it. We just couldn't find a good rhythm in the fourth quarter.
Coach, and do you not decide to take a timeout there? You just kind of let your guys figure it out, that mental game?
Because a lot of things were fundamentals. You know what I mean? It was just defensive intensity, maybe executing scouting in a few moments, and then offensively, make some easy layup or make a better decision. So I think we had a few times we stop in a moment when they get on -20, and then one more time later. But they experience enough, and they have enough big games this year that they can do it. Even me not calling timeout.
Yeah, perfect.
Well, you got the win, and that was the most important thing, obviously, to take back to Surrey for the second leg. Good luck in that one. We'll see you next week.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, one of the other reasons that they were performing so well was Sam Dekker. We mentioned he had his two friends in the house there. They are chatting to him, and he certainly put on a show.
Yeah, that was fantastic. He was up. I was going to give him player of the game, but game came in and snuck it. But here's Dekker's. He had 14 points and also 5 rebounds to go with it and 4 steals.
That was a good thing for them as well, because he was back into the starting lineup. Obviously, he spent most of this season coming off the bench because of the injury and trying to work himself back to fitness. That was another good run out for him as far as that's concerned. Another 21 minutes in the leg.
Yeah, and like you said, 21 minutes. How efficient he is and getting into his stride. And I'm really happy for him to be feeling good, especially in the playoffs.
Well, that will certainly be a boost for him and for the London Lions fans as they get themselves set to try and navigate this road to the O2 Arena in a couple of weeks' time. I don't know if Jordan Poole and co are going to be there for that one, but I'm sure Sam will get them a ticket if they can. Here is how things stand in round one of the playoffs. Newcastle with a big win on the road against Caledonia. Sorry, a bit of a charge in the fourth quarter, but London win by 15. Leicester have closed the gap a little. They're in the third quarter in Sheffield, where the Sharks lead by 4, and Cheshire against Bristol is a 6 p.m. tip-off for that one. Join Azania and I for that. Azania, looking forward to the second leg between London and Surrey. What needs to change for Surrey to be able to turn this around?
Well, I think you still build off that fourth quarter, but, for 25 points, London Lions still put up 80 points. It's a lot. They've got a couple of guys down, but why not? You're at home in front of your fans. Play your heart out.
Well, the top seeds are on the board in the playoff as they look for 4 more wins now if they are to go and defend their crown. Don't forget, we've still got one more game to come this evening. Cheshire against Bristol. That is an intriguing matchup. Join us for that. But for now, goodbye.